Welcome back. Winner takes nothing. The state's unemployment office has confiscated lottery winnings from thousands of people who say the state says it overpaid in unemployment. Viewers contacted us about the problem, and our I-Team followed through on your complaints. I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern sent Florida's unemployment office the names of more than 500 people over the past year to get you your money back. And here's where things stand now.
For most of the people who contact us, it's not until they get to a district office like this that they realize they were supposedly overpaid in unemployment. We have now sent the names and information of more than 500 people to the state, many of you getting that money back. But we've learned the problems continue.
It was just hard for me during that time. I was financially struggling, so something just told me to go to the store and just try out my winnings.
For Brittany Wilson, hard times turned to answered prayers.
I was like, I double looked and I double take. I was like, no, this cannot be real. I'm like, me? I actually won the lottery? Is it really me? I cried, I really did, because I couldn't believe it.
How much did you win?
$5,000. I was thinking about all the bills that I had held up, just paying those off, and then my kids. My kids are everything to me.
Like hundreds of others who have contacted us, when Wilson went to collect her winnings, she walked out of the lottery office not with a check, but this piece of paper.
Stating that I owed, government or something like that. And I'm like, what?
On top of that, Wilson won $1,000 through another scratch-off last year and had no issues.
And I was like, this can't be right.
Thank you for calling the Florida Reemployment Assistance Program.
I was calling almost every day. The second call is when I started to write down names. I'm waiting almost 2 hours, at the max 3, just to speak to someone. And then when they answer the phone, it's like, okay, well, they're pushing me off. They're trying to rush the call. And I never got a notification. I never got a phone call, email, nothing. And then she just kept saying, well, we sent you things, we sent you things.
The expectation, which is what they've told me as well, to log on to an account that you may not have gotten unemployment in years to get a notification. But like you said, you've received no mail, no phone call, no email. What are your thoughts on that?
If you guys can find out if I'm working or if I'm not working to verify if I, qualify for unemployment, you should be able to find some way to reach me. And my email on that site is still the same.
We've worked to get our own responses on this issue from the Department of Economic Opportunity, now known as the Department of Commerce, for the past year. I recently left another message. This is Kylie McGivern from ABC Action News. I've been working to get in touch with you. I know you said you'd give me a call back. That was about 3 weeks ago. It has been 10 months since we requested more information about how many people DEO has flagged as being overpaid in unemployment. We have now sent more than 530 names to you all of people that are having issue collecting their lottery winnings. I've tried to see where we're at, what the delay is, why it's taking so long for us to not only get that information, but to speak with someone about this. We're asking for communication from the communications department your tax dollars pay for to help people beyond those who happen to reach out to us. The director of communications salary, $103,000. The press secretary, $60,000. The secretary of commerce, $177,000.
And something needs to happen because this cannot keep happening, especially with, the times now where everything's going up and, rent's going up, food's going up. Let me have this money.
2 weeks after we contacted the state on Wilson's behalf, she was finally able to collect her winnings.
So Kylie joins me now in the studio. And Kylie, you have been covering this for more than a year now. I do remember your first story. After you did that first story, could you ever imagine that you were going to get contacted by nearly 500 people who are having the same problem?
I didn't think we would be here almost a year later. And I want people to know that this started with a couple different moms in our area reaching out saying, hey, this is something strange that's happened to me. I have a feeling other people have been through this. And now, yeah, we're at more than 500 names that we have sent to the state of people who have the excitement of winning the lottery and then find out they were supposedly overpaid in unemployment, and that's where the fight begins.
So walk us through any sort of response that you've gotten from the state of Florida at this point.
It has been frustrating, quite honestly, because we know this problem is bigger than the people who happen to reach out to our station, who have seen our past reporting. They will acknowledge we've received the names that you have sent, and we know that these people are getting their money back because those individuals will follow up with us and thank us. But in terms of the bigger issue, all they have said is that people need to go on and check their unemployment account to see if they've been flagged. But some of these individuals haven't collected unemployment in years. They may not have their password. They may be locked out. And constantly we are told I've received no phone call, no email, nothing, and only to then collect their money later on. So it's frustrating all around.
So for people who are seeing this story the first time, think that maybe something could be going on with my account, my information, what do you recommend that they do?
The bottom line is, I would say to reach out to the Department of Commerce, which used to be known as the Department of Economic Opportunity. That's their best bet. It's just we also know there are long wait times. There is frustration involved in that end. But I would say if you're not able to log on to your account, to reach out to that State Department to try to figure out, is there anything that would prevent me from moving forward if I were to win the lottery, or if there's anything else holding me back in this way.
Kind of crazy you even have to reach out to ask that question.
It is, because on the flip side, if these individuals actually were overpaid in unemployment and they did owe money back, quite frankly, the state is not doing a very good job of collecting if they legitimately owe money, because these people don't even know that they owe it. And so the last one we spoke with, she said they're able to see if I'm working, how much I'm working, to know if I qualify for unemployment. She said, I was finally able to get on my account. My email has been the same and I've received nothing. That doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense, Kylie, though. Great reporting, and we will continue to follow up, I'm sure. All right, thank you. Coming up next, a look back on the week that was and the week ahead, next on Full Circle Florida.